Okay. Class contains methods, blocks, constructors, variables. Okay. So these are all the things that a class is contains. The object we can discuss. Okay. So the syntax for class creation is a access modifier, class, okay, and class name. Have we discussed access modifiers? No, right?
No,
Yes.
sir.
Sorry?
No, sir.
So now the syntax for class creation is access modifier, class, and class name. This is what the syntax. Okay. Now method creation is method also. We have access modifier, method return type, method name. Okay, that we have, that we can discuss. So we can discuss one by one. Okay, first we need to check. Know how to create a method and how to create a class. Okay, class creation already you know. Okay, method, how to create a method. The syntax for method creation, is okay, access modifier, okay, return type, access modifier, return type, method name, okay. Method name, we have a parameters, we can make it as a parameters. Okay, method name, parameters. Okay, so inside this statements. Okay, this is about the syntax for the method declaration. This is what the method declaration syntax. Access modifier, a return type, method name statement. This is what the syntax for the okay, method declaration. Okay. So this is a method, right? A static method. So this is access modifier. This is a return type. Void is a one of return type. Main is a method. Inside we have the parameters, whatever we have, that parameters we call it as. Inside whatever we are just writing, all these are the statements. So all these are we call it as a statement. So, right? Okay, so static we can discuss. Okay, what is static? Okay. Now we can go for one by one. Okay, what is abstraction? What is abstraction? Abstraction is nothing but hiding the implementation. Hiding the implementation. Hiding the implementation and providing the service. Okay, hiding the implementation and providing the service is called a abstraction. Hiding the implementation and providing the service is called a abstraction. Before going to that, okay, we can see a few more things, then we can. So first, suppose I have created a method public void add is my method name. Add is my method name. Now I am just saying into a equal to 10. Into a, okay, into a comma into b. So I can create a variables in outside into a equal to 10, into b equal to 20. Okay. So we can discuss, okay, not in order, okay. So we can discuss in a different manner so that we can cover it all. Okay. So If I want to add something, okay, add something. I want to add into A, into B. Into A, into B, I want to add. So now what we have to do? What kind of variables these are? What kind of variables these are?
A variable.
Hmm?
A sir. A B variables.
A, B variables, I know. What kind of variables those are?
Integer type.
What else? What kind of? What is that?
Global variables.
Global variable, right? It's a global variable, right? Inside the class, outside the method. So global variable. Now, if I want to add into C equal to A plus B. A plus B. Okay, A plus B. Now system dot out dot println C I want to. Okay, I want. So I have created a method. Okay, I have created a method and I just added. Okay, and I am just printing it. So now if I execute, what will happen? You can see. Execute, nothing is displayed. Here I just write some SOP statement also, but that SOP statement is not executed. Why it is not executed? Why it is not executed? So in Java, main class is the entry point. Sorry, main method is the entry point. So JVM checks for the statement. Whatever we have inside, okay, main method, those statements are going to consider one by one. From top to bottom, it is going to execute whatever the steps you just mentioned in the main method. Now, for suppose if I write a statement system dot out dot println, okay, I'm just writing this is a main method. Okay, this is a main method. I'm just writing. Now, if I execute it, see why? There is a statement in the main method. So that is the reason it has executed. Now, if I want to execute this add method, if I execute this add method, then only I can get the count, right? The system.out.println, whatever the statement I have, that statement if I want to see, I just need to call this method. Okay, I just need to execute this method. If I want to execute any method which is present in the class, how can I do? So we are calling a concept of object creation. We have a concept of object creation. If you want to call, okay, if you want to call a method or a variable. If you want to call a instance method. First we can instance we can just remove just a method. Okay, just remember, if you want to call a method or a variable, if you want to call, we need to create a we need to create an object. Okay, need to create an object. If you want to call or if you want to execute any method, okay, or a variable if you want to call, then we can go for object creation. If you create an object, then only you can execute the methods which are present inside the class. If you want to execute, we need to create an object for the class. We need to create an object for the class, for the class. Okay. What is an object? What is an object? Object, instance of a class is called an object. Instance of a class is called an object. Is called an object. Okay. Instance of a class is called an object. Object. Guys, please do remember all these statements. Okay. If you want to call any method or if you want to call any variable, if you want to execute or call any variable or a the method, we need to create an object. We need to create an object. Object is nothing but instance of a class. We call it as an object. What is instance? How we need to create? The syntax for object creation is class name, okay, class name, object reference equal to new class name. So if I want to create an object for the class, if I want to create an object for the class, I need to use a class name object reference equal to new class name object reference equal to new class name. This is what the syntax for the object creation. Class name object reference equal to new class name is the syntax for the object creation. Class name object reference equal to new class name is the syntax to create an object. Okay. So why we require a new keyword here? What is the use of object reference? What is the use of new? First, we can see the new keyword. The use of new keyword is new keyword purpose is new keyword purpose is to allocate a memory to the object. Okay. So if you want to allocate a memory, we can use okay. If you want to allocate a memory, we can use a new keyword. By using new keyword, okay, that is going to allocate a memory. Okay. New keyword purpose is to allocate a memory. We can use new keyword. The purpose of new keyword is to allocate a memory to the object reference. Okay. Object is nothing but instance of a class is called an object. So the purpose of object creation is if you want to call any method or variable, if you want to call, we can use the object. So syntax for object creation is class name object reference equal to new class name. Object reference equal to new class name is the syntax. The purpose of new keyword is to allocate a memory. The purpose of new keyword is to allocate a memory to the object reference. Clear, guys? Any questions? Clear, all of you?
Sir, just explain one more time, sir.
What you don't understand, let me know so that I can plan.
Sir, object instance of class, sir.
Okay.
So after that, sir.
This is the syntax to create an object. Okay, if you want to create an object, we need to use this syntax. Class name object reference equal to new class name is the syntax to create an object. Okay, to create an object, this is the syntax for object creation. For suppose, if I want to create an object for this class, okay, oops, example class. So the syntax is class name, okay, class name. So in the main method, I can create an object like a class name. Okay, reference I can take any name. Okay, for suppose I am just taking it's my name also. Okay, there is no for. Okay, so I can take any reference. Reference is nothing but a variable kind of thing. You can, okay, whatever name if you want, you can, okay, give it. New class name. This is what the syntax for creating object. This we call it as a object creation. Object creation.
Okay.
So for this class, we just created an object. So here we have a new keyword, right? See, the new that is highlighted in a, okay, different color. The purpose of new keyword is to allocate a memory to this reference. Whatever the reference you have, right? The new keyword purpose is new keyword purpose is to allocate a memory to the reference, whatever we have, like SRE, right? So for this reference, if you want to provide a memory, we can provide by using a new keyword. The new keyword purpose is if you want to provide a memory allocation to that reference, then we can go for a new keyword. Okay, any questions? Any questions? Any questions, guys? All right. So now I can execute this add method. Now what we have to do? By taking the reference, sorry, dot, okay, you can see here. Okay, a oops example. So this is a class. We have a variable that is an integer type. Oops example, we have a class. Inside int is a data type. B is a variable. We have a oops example. Void is a return type. Void is a return type, right? Add is a method I have. If I want to call the add method, I can call it. Now, if I execute it, you can see the addition is going to display here. 30 is printed, right? So this is how if you want to call a method. Now, if you want to call a variable also, for suppose if you want to know the variable also, sorry, dot a, okay? So in a similar manner, if you want to know the b variable also, you know, okay? So you just call in this manner. See, this is how it's going to print. Clear, guys? Object creation.
Clear, sir.
Any questions, guys? No, then we can continue. Okay. So we just created a method. Okay. So we just added two elements. Okay. Now this is my method. Okay. So I just created a variable like this. Now I create int a equal to 40.
Where we can create an hello, where we can create an object in the class or in the method.
In the main method, that is what I mentioned, right? In the main method only you need to create an object. The main method is the entry point. Main method is the entry point for the program execution. We need to create an object for the main method, then we can call those. Somewhere we can create in the class also. That is the different. We can discuss that later. Okay, as per now, we need to see, okay, we need to create an object for the object for the main method. Inside method, we can create an object and we can call the methods. Because in the main method only, we are going to perform the execution step by step. So that instruction, if you provide in the main method, based on that instruction, it is going to execute. Inside main method only, we are going to perform this object creation. See, this is a main method. Inside this, I created an object for this class, and I call this method, I call this variable like this. Clear?
Right, sir.
Okay. Now, so what is the output now for this addition? What is the output? What is the output? What is the value of C now? Addition.
80.
80, sir.
Why 80? Why not 30?
A equal to 40 and B is also 40. So A plus B equal to 40 plus 40, 80.
Here we have 10, 20, right?
Yes, but local variables ki first preference kada sir.
Exactly. So always gives the first preference to the local variables. What about others? What you people are doing? We already discussed this part at the time of variable declaration. Okay. Now what I have to do? Let's see what will happen now. What is, see here A plus B is, okay, A plus B is 80, addition is 80, but A value is printed as 10, B value printed as 20. Why it is 10, 20 printed? Why not 40, 40 not printed? Why 10 printed? Why 40, 40? Why 20, 10, 20 printed? Why not? Why not? Okay, 40, 40 printed. Why not? The addition is 80. It is added these two, but printed at the time of printing, I just called these two. Okay, so these two are referred, okay, a global variable instead of local variable. What is the reason? Why we are not seeing 40, 40? Why only we see 10, 20? What is the reason? Why? Because this we call it as a global variable or instance variable, right? These are all local variable. This scope of the local variable within the method. Here, I am just trying to access outside the method, right? So outside the method, local variable cannot access. So that is the reason always the preference goes to instance variable. Instance variable. Okay, that is the reason we are getting 10, 20. Okay, now we just see how to create an object, how to call the methods, how to call the variables, how to call the variables. Okay, now let me create one more method. So, okay, we can start now. Okay, I have created a add method here, right? I have add method here. So I'm just creating one more class, new class. example.
ఎందుకు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయింది ఒకసారి రీజన్ చెప్తారా?
These variables are instance variables. Okay, instance variable is nothing but a class, right? Instance is what? Object. So when you create an object, that is going to call the instance variables. The scope of local variable is within the method. Okay, we are just trying to access the outside the method. It won't come. Okay, these are instance variable. I am just calling those variable by instance reference, right? I created an object. Object creation is nothing but instance of a class is called an object, right? So the instance reference I am using. So that is the reason the global variable came here. Here? Here now?
Then Sri.add is also there, right? Object creation.
Yeah, add is there. Add method. That is the reason it is taking 40, right? Addition is completed. Output is 80. So that has printed here, right? Here in the add method, the always it is going to take a local variable as a priority. If we have a local variable in your method, okay, that local variable are going to take a first place. So if you don't have local variable, then only it is going to take the global variable. For suppose if I don't keep this, then it is going to take, okay, that above variable, global variable. Okay, see now. So if we don't have local variable, okay, then that is going to take it as a global variable or instance variable. Okay, so if you have local variable, then the preference goes to local variable only. But when you call the okay, object reference with the help of object reference, you can always get a local global variable or instance variable only. You cannot see local variable anywhere. You can see only methods. You cannot see local variables anywhere. You can see only methods. You can see. You cannot see a local variable. You cannot see the local variable. Clear, guys? Any questions still? Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we can wind up for the day. Okay, we can discuss. Okay, the abstraction we are starting, right? Okay, so here we have a we call a method. Add method is there in the oops example class. Oops example class I have, and okay, add method. If I want to call the add method in the abstraction example class, in the abstraction example class, what I have to do? I can create an object for the oops example same. Okay, always if you want to call the method within the same class or within the different class, okay, in the same class or another class, if you want to call, we need to create an object. We need to create an object. Okay, we need to create an object. So sorry, dot add method. Okay, the concept is same anywhere inside the class or outside the class. If you want to call any method, we need to create an object for the class. Just create an object and you can call the method. Here, guys. Here. So
Sir, why it's
within that,
30, sir? Here we
yeah.
are not entering any values of addition.
Then
So it
what happened?
executed 30. It executed 30. How?
That is what the add method is referring from this class. Why? Because we just see, that is what I am saying. The purpose of object is what? Whatever the methods, variables we have in the class, that is binding in the object creation. So if you create an object with the new, it is going to create a memory for the all the methods, variables which are present inside this oops example. Okay, oops example. So whatever the methods we have, methods, variables we have, all the methods, variables which are present in this oops example class are going to store in the reference, this reference variable. Whenever you call the require method, the method is going to execute from there. If I want to click, just see, it is redirect to here only. Why? Because I created an object for the oops example class and I am just taking the reference of that class and I am calling this add method. This is going to execute this method. Here I just mentioned a equal to 10, b equal to 20. So that is the reason that 10, 20 values are taken and that is going to execute. If you use a 40, 40, then here also that is going to provide the output as 80 only. There is no difference. However, in this class that is behaving in the similar manner, here also behaving. The main matter is object creation only the way. Okay, so either you can create in the same class, either you can create in the different class. That is not a matter. If you created an object or not, the reference is going to take a place and it is going to execute. That is what the power of an object creation. If you want to execute a method, okay, a variable, if you want to call one class to another class, we need to create an object. Okay, we need to create an object. So once object creation complete, you can call any method or any variable. Clear?
Clear, sir.
మరి ఇది ఓన్లీ అబ్స్ట్రాక్షన్ లోనే వర్క్ అవుతుందా ఇందులోనైనా
Anything,
work
anything,
అవుతుందా?
anything. We can see more examples. Okay. So anything, just this is a class name. Abstraction is a class name. Okay, this is the
Okay.
general topic. Object creation. This object is also one of the feature in OOPS, right? In OOPS, object is also one of the feature, right? The class is one feature, object is one more feature. So that comes under. Abstraction is just I am saying. So abstraction is hiding the implementation but providing the service. So my implementation for the addition method is in this class, OOPS example class. But I am just calling this and I am just providing the service, the addition service, the add service I got from another class, right? That is what the power of abstraction. That is what I mean to say. Okay. So hiding the I don't know internal implementation. So if I give this class to you, so you just executed. You don't know, right? In OOPS example, how you implemented this addition method, you don't require that detail. Whether that is executing or not, you are checking. So if we are just consuming that, for suppose you just using your mobile, okay? In the mobile, if you are trying to call somebody else, the internal mechanism you don't know, right? The internal mechanism you don't know. If you are receiving the call,